started with playing a joke on Barry Melton, player for Country Joe and the Fish.
It's the amp I always ask for.
Someone said, hey, you ought to check out Boogie, they're just up the road.
It's a necessity sound amplifier because it's a very beautiful sound, no matter who's playing.
You know, amplifiers that he's made have become a part of our musical culture.
Started with playing a joke on Barry Melton, player for Country Joe and the Fish, which was, can you boost this amp so it just does something outrageous but keep it stock looking? So yeah, I built the great 410 Tweed Bassman circuit in it, jacked it up a little bit more than that, managed to fit a 12-inch JBL in that little Princeton practice amp size. And man, it was a killing amp because that 410 Bassman circuit is a great one for blues and rock, and this little high power 112 combo was just so cute, it was undeniable.
I became aware that there was this mutation of Fender amplifiers with some different things being done to them, like soup them up, you know, like making something turbo, you know. And I started noticing that these amplifiers had a different tonality about them. And, you know, so that's how it started with me, because I noticed that the sound was changing in those amplifiers that I played before. Randy obviously was doing something already back then to change the sound.
Isn't there some way to separate the overdrive characteristics of an amp turned up too loud from being too loud? There was a long-felt need to do that, and without even trying, I ended up solving that problem. And man, the first thing I thought of was Carlos Santana, who has been playing one of my boosted Princetons and headlining with it and so on and so forth, but he always wanted more sustain, man. Can I get a sound like a saxophone or a violin, somewhere the note holds, it doesn't plink and die out like a guitar? So my thought immediately on hearing this high gain was, oh man, I gotta build this up in one of the little 112 high power things with this kind of preamp architecture.
I'm thankful that he has the vision, because that's what you need. You have to have a vision and the courage to pursue it, to do something different than Fender or Marshall or Supro or Silvertone or whatever, you know. Boogie amplifiers is a whole other thing now.
So Carlos tells a great story about when he and Bob Dylan were going over to Madison Square Garden to a Stones concert. This has been back in the middle 70s, I guess, early 70s. And Carlos was invited to sit in on the encore, which he did, and he brought his Boogie amp.
So they put the amplifier instead of the floor, which was really nice, they put it about this high with another cabinet. Because it was so small, they figured, well, why don't we just put it up so we can actually hear it, you know?
Keith and the boys looked at him and went, hey, Carlos, you know, this is Madison Square Garden. We're the Rolling Stones. You brought a practice amp? What's up with that?
They had no idea. This sucker was loud, you know, and clean and pure and anyway. So, you know, the do-do, things allow me to do-do, you know. Oh, Carlos, go ahead. Splat. And hit that note. Next thing I know, the Rolling Stones were all using Boogie amplifiers, man.